Joining me now to talk more about the upcoming summit between the United States and North Korea is Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher from Wisconsin. Representative Gallagher serves on the House Armed Services and Homeland Security Committees. Congressman, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me back. It's great to be here.
President Trump has a lot on his plate when he meets with Kim Jong-un. A number of allies like Japan have concerns they want the president to bring up during the talks. Do you think the U.S. delegation will be able to realistically stick to its agenda?
I think the U.S. delegation will be able to stick to its agenda. What we don't know is how serious the North Korean delegation will be about committing to denuclearization. In fact, my concern is that even in the past, when Kim Jong-un has said he's interested in denuclearization, he's talking about something different than we are. We're really talking about dismantlement, complete, verifiable, irreversible dismantlement. So we'll see. This should be a great opportunity to establish whether or not Kim Jong-un is serious or he's using the negotiations just as a ruse.
Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that the United States will have to offer North Korea solid security guarantees if it wants to strike a denuclearization deal. Do you think the United States is willing to do that, or do you think there's something else the U.S. will have to offer in exchange for North Korea's denuclearization?
Well, I think indeed if the North Koreans are serious, but I think history would cause us to be very skeptical about the fact that they are serious, then we should be prepared to offer some concessions in the form of access to the outside world, in the form of aid, while at the same time telling the North Koreans that we are not interested in threatening their regime if they are willing to fully give up their nuclear weapons program. Now, if they are not willing to do that, then we need to make it crystal clear that their regime risks being not only undermined, but potentially toppled.
Let's expand on that a little bit more. Let's say the summit goes well, so we get some kind of agreement on denuclearization. Do you think we can really trust the North Koreans? And then if they start to make steps, what do you think are the next steps and how we kind of move forward?
Well, the old Reagan mantra was trust but verify. I think given the North Koreans' abysmal track record, it should be distrust, distrust, verify, 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 and maybe trust in the very, very distant future. So it's going to be extremely difficult. They're going to have to open up their country so that inspectors can get in, so that even if they agree to some measures, that we can verify that they're abiding by it. In some ways, that challenge is going to be even more difficult than it was with Iran. But again, I think we should look to the Iran deal as an example of what not to do, because the Iranians quite famously or infamously did not allow full and thorough inspections for all their sites. They closed off access to some military sites, and that's just not going to fly in this deal. And that's one of the reasons why the Iran deal collapsed and was such a bad deal.
Okay, we'll be following the summit, I'm sure, as you will, closely. And of course, a lot of people like yourself have that healthy dose of skepticism moving forward, at least when it comes to North Korea. Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you, sir.